What is up, SpeedGaming Live? Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Semifinals. It is What the Hell's Happened versus Icola Game 1. I'm Tobias, and with me today is Chuckles. Chuckles, how are you?
Hello, I'm awake. I'm not asleep. Absolutely not.
Or so we've heard.
I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be really exciting. I've actually commentated Icola twice and What the Hell's twice, I think, in this tournament at the moment. So it just so happens that I'll be here today and tomorrow commentating these two. So I'm looking forward to seeing what... I love how What the Hell has called his name Cola, and Icola actually hates people calling him Cola. So.
Yep. And we should be about to start, where, as we can see, we are starting with a water medallion and with the serenade. So, not a very useful song, and not a useful medallion in these settings, where we want 3 stone bridge. So, Ganon's castle bridge opens with 3 stones, and we need the spirit medallion and shadow medallion for Ganon's boss key.
Yeah, I mean, you say serenade's a bit useless, but serenade is useless until you don't have serenade and you need to go to the water temple twice.
It is like, a gateway to South Hyrule, that is true.
It's a bit like Song of Time, when like Song of Time's only needed until the BK is on the river chest. So
and here we go. Ha! We don't need serenade with that spawn.
Okay, so
Lake is foolish. Oh my gosh. Well, that is a good start.
Oh, well played, Randobot.
Okay, so we start with Serenade, we spawn in Lake Hylia, and it's foolish. Great. Frox 2 is dead. Lake is still foolish. Cac is Way of the Hero, so water's still wet, and 20 is a slingshot.
So 20 is a slingshot, 40 and 50 are actually off in these settings. So normally when you read a 20 is dead hint, you get a 50 strength hint. That's kind of how the game works. But without having 40 and 50, we might only be collecting 10 schools. And I'll tell you something, if these runners are going to be playing aggressively, they might not pick any schools up.
I mean, I can see it. You can almost not avoid picking up 10 skulls. Like, you just walk past them. You have to actively not pick them up to skip the 10 skull check. So
yeah, 10 is, especially if we need to head into things like the Forest Temple, 10 is kind of, you will accidentally pick up 10 schools, but people just actively don't like collecting schools, so...
Alright, let's see what the man on the roof has for us. That is extra nut capacity.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to that if I pick that up.
No.
That's pretty nice.
Skull Mask is dead.
Pretty sad. I mean, the way that kind of the S6, the main tournament discussions are going at the moment, it looks like we might be saying adios to Skull Mask, so... You know,
oh, are they going to disable it, or is the hint going away? Do you mean... oh, a hookshot.
Well, Kakariko is Way of the Hero, and a hookshot normally fits that bill. Shot blocks.
Oh, most certainly.
Quite a lot.
I don't think you can actually have a seed where you have a hookshot and it not be a Way of the Hero candidate.
I think there are probably some very limited combinations in which you don't need it, but they are limited combinations.
Requiem from the mill. This seed is generous to start with, put it this way, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Requiem, that kind of desert access, that really opened up a lot of options, because we logically now have access to the Spirit Temple, but also illogically have access to GTG.
And that is a scale with Impa's Cowl.
that kind of brings up the whole do you want to go up the river play, because now you can go up the river and then take the shortcut into Lost Woods, potentially pick up the song, potentially go into the forest temple. So kind of everything is synergizing together.
We'll see. First of all, we get a big chest and shield grave, which is Rudo's letter.
Wow, this kind of access to everything is just kind of open up. Like, we could, with the scale, we can even go into Jabu's belly with scale and letter. So, like, absolute craziness. And with that serenade as well, to be able to get us to Lake, Requiem, Hookshot. This is just like, seed is open. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bomb bag at the end of bloody damn Payros.
I'm not calling it a jet until someone's in go mode. Also, Mr. Ross33 in chat saying finally caught one of those matches live. Just finished watching all season 4 and 5 on YouTube. Jeez, that's a lot of content.
Holy moly, that is a lot of brilliant content.
Yes, indeed. Welcome into the live Zooter racing community, or race watching community rather. Besides SGL, there's also the Scrubs tournament going on at the moment. If you are craving more Zooter content, and the OTR League, plus the multi-world tournament, so there is no shortage of brilliant OTR content to watch live here on Twitch. Let's see what Dampe has for us. Small chest to start with, and a blue rupee. So Dampe not helping us out today.
Disappointing that there wasn't a bomb bag at the end of this, but it's going to be interesting to see where Eco and what the hells go here. Are they playing Prelude? Are they going to go up the river? Looks like Eco is playing Requiem, which is the other option because of the additional song we could get from there. Maybe this is Minuet. So another song to pick up there, which is also a benefit of Requiem. And Eco doing this little peek here where you can see the right hand, because chest sizes matches content is on. And it wasn't big, it was definitely some form of small chest, could be a key.
And Nocturne of Shadow. Okay, back to the graveyard we can go now. That is certainly makes routing easier. Zora's Domain was a bomb juice and a purple rupee. So
that's really interesting, because you could really just say, like, look, okay, that's dead. You know, we don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, it's 5 bomb juice though. It's a 5-pack. Oh, pedestal. DC, Jabu, Spirit, Deku, and Fire.
Okay, Deku and Fire being the 2 medallions that we need. Jabu was the green medallion, so that gives us the Prelude song. And I'm just going to guess. I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to guess.
That has Forest Temple,
Shadow.
Gosh. Shadow Temple.
Water.
And Water Temple as our stones, so as our other required dungeons.
Hold the phone! The hookshot was Way of the Hero, and the Water Temple is required.
Oh!
What? I am...
Well... Shocked. But yeah, that means both Hookshot and Requiem are Way of the Hero candidates in Kakariko, because the Requiem gives us access to Nocturne of Shadow, which is a hard requirement to get access to the Shadow Temple.
Everyone ripping me in chat for saying it's 5 chews. Some of us have been playing RSL and want the bomb chews. I mean, come on.
I mean, look. 5 chews is still 5 out of logic explosive checks at the very least that you can do.
Yeah.
Most likely more, because you can save scum those. And the archery the slingshot minigame scamming the players here, taking a payment of 10 rupees and giving 5 back.
I just really love how we've got both of these runners kind of still neck and neck, which is really going to show kind of the execution kind of similarities we're going to see between these two runners. Eco deciding to pick up a skull. We've kind of seen that Eco likes to play a little bit safe, in kind of the previous seasons that I've seen, so that doesn't surprise me.
Alright, so both runners also choosing to cut their Adult 1 phase relatively short. As you said, we could have also gone up the river, besides checking out Kakariko and the Desert Colossus, and then gotten the Adult song from Sacred Forest Meadow. Both of them have chosen to not do that, and instead Child, so far completely in logic, except checking Man on Roof in Kakariko.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting option to, after picking up the Requiem song, which was Nocturne, to then play Nocturne, at least to read the hint, and then either playing Prelude or deciding to go up the river or not. I think maybe one of the things in the back of the mind was not knowing what the stone med layout was, and because when you walk all the way to the minuet check, you kind of would like the information on whether you need to be in the forest temple or not. It's a long way back.
Yeah, that's a good point. But do you actually go into Forest Temple with just a hookshot, no strength, no bow?
Yeah.
And no Song of Time either. This gives you 2 checks and nothing else.
Yeah, if you don't pick up a key in those 2 checks, then wow, that was really a waste of time. As we pick up...
And a Lullaby from Malon.
Yeah, it's kind of, sometimes you get seeds where you leave that Zelda's Lullaby on that minuet check, but when it's just on Malon, no, you don't need to worry.
No, you do not.
We also start with a free song in these settings, so one of our song checks will have an item of some form. Maybe the minuet check is an item and they didn't want to take that risk.
The odds, obviously, for that item song going higher with every song they find. Anyway, what the hell's is playing Nocturne here, warping out of the silo. We also do not yet know our... Oh, Frogs in a Storm is a strength upgrade. Frogs 1, a strength upgrade. We also do not yet know our child safe warp, safe spawn. But Icola likewise warping to the graveyard because there's another free song to be had now that we have CL right here.
Yeah, very kind of good routing from here to be able to just play Nocturne, break a stick, and pick up another song. So we're really picking up songs today. Sometimes you struggle to pick up songs, but today we're whacking through them.
Oh, certainly. And I think prioritizing songs early in the game is certainly worthwhile. You want that information, and you also want the mobility that gives you. That was that Vanilla Sun song?
Yeah, it was Sun song.
Welp.
Not the most powerful of songs in these settings, but actually it does give you this check right here, so you could play Sun from this spot, go into the grave and get the check here, which is just kind of convenient. You're kind of doing everything.
Ooh, and that's a big chest out of logic, because as you saw, the taking the flame down this way using a flame storage and Deku stick is obviously not in logic. It's too difficult to put that into logic.
And it's interesting that this therefore is magic and fire source locked.
Yep, with one of your fire sources being right here behind here. So
absolutely. So really, that is locked by Din's fire. Din's fire is needed to do that check logically. Good save spawn. It's right by somewhere which runners quite often like to go to in the Deku tree, and we know that the Deku tree. What hit was that?
Deku tree giving us the information of what we just found. The Composer's Grave has fire arrows and Sunsong.
Oh wow! I was just double checking that Deku was the purple medallion, so I missed that. But that is brilliant. That's a really interesting hint.
The hints today are something else. You start with the water medallion and Serenade of Water. You spawn as an adult in Lake Hylia, and straight away the first hint you find, Lake Hylia is foolish. Yeah. Okay, we're out of here. Thank you.
So these settings are open Deku, which means you do not need the Kokiri sword to enter the Deku tree.
That was the second copy of the domain hint.
So it's kind of nice that we're able to get in here really, really early, especially with it being one of our required dungeons.
With Open Deku, this is basically guaranteed to be in a Runner's Child 1. Even if Deku Tree ends up not being a required dungeon, this is so check dense and so quick to do that most of the time, unless it's explicitly hinted foolish early on, you're doing it anyway.
Yeah, it's difficult to make an aggressive decision unless you're Cola in that qual that he won, where he decided he wasn't going to do the Deku tree and skip the entirety of it. In a seed where he skipped half the seed and picked up every single item, which was amazing.
I mean, that just takes guts, and
it does. You've got to be a gamer.
in a qualifier, you can do that because you're just hunting for a really, really good time, and if it's not your best qual, so what? You can always your worst qualifier result is getting struck from the record anyway, or is not. Let's put it this way, used for calculating your qualifier results. So you can do. I'm gonna say clown stuff like that. Forgive me. Easier in a qualifier seed, whereas in a 1v1 seed or 1v1 race, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a runner that ignores Deku Tree.
Yeah.
But again, you know your game, and you know the game that you're currently playing, and how aggressive you can be.
Where you're balancing kind of being aggressive versus being reckless, and that's kind of one of those plays that is.
Exactly.
You're gonna skip this when it's not required, then it's kind of reckless. But, you know, if you're gonna do this when it's hard required, then hoggies.
Yep. No, Kokiri sword is not a hard requirement for Deku Tree in these settings. In season 5 settings, as you watched a lot, Mr. Ross, I think Deku Tree was still closed, but in SGL settings it's open. Alright. Let's see.
The never-ending debate of open versus closed Deku, which I think everybody has kind of just decided that, it was one way or the other. There's advantages and disadvantages to both, I think. The argument is now not really focused on, and it's just kind of like, open Deku gives you another kind of reward quickly, it kind of gives you a safe opener, versus putting another item in the item pool and kind of increasing the variance in the game and kind of increasing the length. It's just whatever type of settings you kind of want.
Goma gives us just some money, but we'll take it, I think. This early in the game, having some extra cash to spend, especially with potentially 2 Deku scrubs in the Lost Woods that you need to pay off pretty soon. You want that money.
Was this complete Baron Deku? Was there any big chest?
I think it was. There wasn't a single big chest. Goma had nothing. Oh, both of them never went to Mido's house. Let's see what Mido has for us. Big chest with Din's Fire. Okay.
Oh, well, there's the Din's Fire. We need to get the fire arrows.
Well, we need magic. We need hover boots. And then we can beat Shadow Temple. The heck?
I love an early Shadow. Give me early Shadow. Like sub 1 hour Shadow is like, touch me up. I love it.
I mean, it is very rare to have a Shadow Temple early in the order of dungeons that you beat, because it has so many requirements.
Yeah.
This might be the rare seed where we're seeing that. I mean, Mera, let's be honest, it's rare.
Look at these kind of really small kind of things, really deciding kind of speed. That when Icola played some songs there, he went all the way back to the entrance of the Deku tree, or like where you get spat out. But what the hell is went to Mido's, and so he had a quicker kind of movement, and that's like what gained him 15 seconds, and that is now the difference between the two runners. So
Just about, yeah. And that hint told us 30 Skulls was dead. So 10 Skulls at most today, and Frogs is still a strength upgrade. So you want that Song of Storm. That is another reason for runners to be hunting for songs right now. Because Song of Storms gives us a guaranteed strength upgrade, a bunch more checks available in Forest Temple, potentially.
Forest is prone, so hard required. Spirit's the fire medallion, so not hard required, but we know what adult spirit is like. It's full of checks.
Oh yeah.
I really love how Mr. Ross is like, after watching Zoota from 2020 and 2021, like just how the new stuff has come in, and it's really interesting to see that there's the things that maybe we're kind of used to, but maybe some people who are newer are just not used to yet. So it's great to see. It's great to see that. So
and great to see people enjoying that as well. So, since Season 5 we got a little update on chess size matches contents, which further differentiates how chests look. One chess type that you don't see in these settings is also one that has a little spider web texture on the outside that denotes that the chest contains a skull token. Alright, time for another song almost on What the Hell's side.
And still none the wiser on when the song is going to be the item song rather than the song itself, so again the chances of this ever increasing.
Let's see. That is Epona's song. Another useful song. Graveyard Way of the Hero. What have we gotten there? Fire arrows? Sun Song?
Ruto's letter?
Where was Ruto's letter? Oh, in Shieldgrave, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that certainly... No, wait. Jabu is Forest Medallion.
Jabu is Forest Med, yeah. We did.
So we're gonna say...
Ungrave. So, as market is Baron. Yeah, so lots of interesting stuff. It could be Ice. It could be Jabu. It could just be Fountain.
Yeah, we found 3 potential candidates. Sunsong probably the weakest candidate, because that gives us exactly 1 check in these settings. But still, we haven't checked it yet.
We'd struggle to find a reason why the fire arrows would be Way of the Hero because of the
Shadow Trial 2!
Well, that's kind of... I was going to say, that is the only thing that could be hard needed, and that would, again, then not require us not having the long shot because we've got Din's Fire, blah, 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 blah. So, I would say scratch off the fire arrows until it bites us in the bum about 2 hours later.
We'll see. In any case, Icola checking the 1 Sunsong log check right now, so let's see. It's a small chest. Sunsong's off the list.
I mean, even if this is nothing, the knowledge is really big, isn't it? So.
Oh, certainly.
And getting this Dampe, as we've actually just got the Shadow 2 hint.
I think it was 10 bomb chews?
Yeah, I think it was dead. It was dead, or some form of like nothing.
Certainly not a required item, which is what we're really looking for here. At that point, when you can reach Shadow Trial 2, you don't need any bomb chews. And certainly it's not a logically required item. Bomb chews can't be. So that takes care of that. Ruto's letter. I'm guessing either Ice Cavern or Jabu or Zora's Fountain will have a useful item.
But this is interesting now. So we've got a divergence. So both runners have decided that they haven't picked up enough in their child segments to need to go to adult next. So they're both doing child stuff. And both haven't immediately gone to hand in the letter. Okay, so they're doing other stuff before that. Whether it's going to be on the minds to hand in the letter, because it's Way of the Hero potentially, unsure. Icola is doing chicken?
I mean, it's 3 chickens. You don't... Oh, that's a bow. We'll take that. Thank you very much.
Bow in the crate in Unhinted Valley.
Unhinted so
Valley
far.
Lakers are going to be loving this.
I mean, sorry, as object must be popping off right now. And, okay.
Is that pity?
I have no idea, but we're gonna call it double defense. And bomb choose from Anju. It can't be the 5-pack, we saw that one.
Yeah, that's at least the 10-pack.
That's a mirror shield.
Mirror shield.
Oop, spirit intensifies.
Wow. Okay, so 2 hard items, or key items.
Chests past it. Oh, River Chest has a magic meter.
Wow. This is a lot of information that we need to digest at the moment. So, bow in Valley. There are 3 bows, but that might be the only accessible bow. Mirror Shield, Spirit isn't hard required. That's not going to necessarily help us, but what if Nocturne's a hard required song? And now the 1 of 2 magic meters is in the river loop.
Yeah,
Like,
locked by Song of Time. So that's not easily accessible.
And now we start thinking about what if Jabu's needed for Song of Time, because Jabu's the green medallion. Oh!
Or
So
Song of Time
no,
could
no.
just be your song in the ice cavern. That would be the friendly option at this point.
That would be the friendly option. Yeah. Wow. This is
And-
really exciting.
I mean, Icola has not gotten that hint yet. What the hell has the information advantage on this at this point? But Icola has gone adult now. Has found a second bottle. Both of them actually have a free bottle. So and we have ZL. Both of them do. So there's nothing stopping them from rushing the ice cavern here.
I was going to say, is this just going to be a pure ice rush from Icola? Like, I really could see that.
I wouldn't be mad about it. It's you have a confirmed Rudo's letter on Way of the Hero. And Icola was very diligent in checking that the other checks in the graveyard to see what else could have been could have been Way of the Hero, Sunsong or dump a digging check, for example. And Kaka's Way of the Hero still? Wait, was that the third? No, it's the second copy of that hint that we've seen.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that these runners are doing chickens with the Kikiri, the Kakariko Way of the Hero. Even though we got the hook, and that's definitely Way of the Hero, they're still kind of prioritizing this, which is reasonable.
I mean, chickens is not that bad of a check when you only have to collect 3 of them.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So sometimes depending on the settings, the chicken amounts change. So some settings you need 7, which takes a long while. Sometimes it's 3, which could be quite short. You just pick up the 3 closest ones. And then sometimes in some settings it's completely random.
Alright, yeah, it looks like Icola is headed into Ice Cavern.
Not picking up the condom, also known as Nehru's love. Okay, and what the hell is this making the decision to be done with Child? And, I mean, thinking about it, really has done everything as Child.
Biggerons has nothing for us today, and that's a gilded chest with a Goron tunic in Zora's River. So far, that doesn't give us anything.
Yeah, handy to have. Icola actually already has 5 hearts.
Burning Kakasaria song.
Where is our dead song? Where is it?
I mean, we have 4 songs missing so far. Every song check we do now is a 20% chance of... oh, that's for Rory's Wind. That might be worth picking up later.
Wow, 2 spells
Or right now.
in River. Very magical place the river is, you could say.
I wish I could be as consistent on this trick as Icola is, but hey.
Okay.
And that was the 3rd copy of Kak Way of the Hero. Thank you.
What is? Was that bomb shoot accidental?
I have no idea.
I think it was accidental. That was an interesting use of a shoot. I enjoyed that.
Yikes.
I just thought like I was going to see some new tech that was like, what is this bomb shoot going to do? Is it going to like break the river or something? No. Okay.
Nope. Sometimes a misfire is just a misfire. That being said, so those of us who are joining us and having watched mostly Season 4 and Season 5 content so far, might not know about King Zora's skip yet.
I'll let you explain that one.
Well, it turns out you can, with some very precise jumps, or with a let's call it a moderately difficult setup, jump onto the fence to the side of King Zora, so you don't need to go child hand in read Rudo's letter and go back adult to be able to make it to Zora's Fountain as an adult. Once you have Rudo's letter, you know it's in logic, so you can just do this.
Imagine not building your fence high enough.
Yeah, well... You know, we make the joke of OOT being a well-coded game, occasionally, but we also need to keep in mind that this game runs on 8 megabytes of RAM. And for the time, was an amazing technological marvel. That being said, we have found, let's call it, a few ways that we can find our way around what the developers of OOT originally intended.
There are just a couple of things that we can do. You know, it's almost like you can do it on one hand, the things that we can do when to break the game. Or maybe you need 100 people's hands. I don't really know.
I don't know. I think 100 people's hands might be useful in this case. Let's see what's under the icy waters there. I couldn't see that.
Nah, not even gonna attempt to see that what it was. I'll let somebody better than me identify that in chat.
That was literally 3 pixels. Oh boy. Big L Rip is claiming light arrows, and I think that is a reference to an earlier game of What the Hells, where he misidentified what was under the icy waters. Because again, it is difficult to peek, even if you get the peek right and have the advantage of not watching this in a tiny pixelated commentator's booth screen. He misidentified the light arrows under the icy waters as Deku seeds. The funny part about that was he didn't have a slingshot at that point. Anyway.
I think, and then the rando gods decided to save him by giving a hint for the icy waters check, so...
No... I think he actually ended up with getting the light arrow hints from Ganon there.
Yes, because as Math is probably going to point out in the chat that the light arrows can't be on a sometimes hidden, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it was Ruto's lesser, to be honest.
I doubt that in this particular location. But you know, that's just a hunch. Fire Temple Wave the hero.
Yeah. Oh. Whoa.
Well
Okay.
then. I mean, we have to do it anyway, so might as well.
Yeah. I mean, we all kind of are aware of the design of the Fire Temple in that you can climb up the Fire Temple all the way to the top trying to find the boss key, but sometimes it might be in the first check. But at least we now know that if we have to climb, then
There's something more than just a few heart pieces in there.
So nothing in ice at the moment. Still got a check and a song potentially.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with my idea that it's probably Song of Time here in Ice Cavern. That would make logical sense based on what we know about the seed.
Song of Storms.
Also possible.
Yeah. Could be the Iron Boots. I'm going French vanilla Iron Boots on the song check.
Oh, that is brutal. I like it. Open the chest, get a blue rupee, get all disappointed. Oh, Iron Boots?
Yeah, that is the Iron Boots. I mean, if nothing is here, then
we'll want to be in Jabu as soon as we can.
What if it's just the icy waters check? If that is, I mean, Mr. Mario is kind of confident that it's a piece of heart. I don't know if anybody's actually gone back and checked through the VOD yet and tried to have a look. I don't even think What the Hell has even peaked it yet.
I'm not sure. Alright, glitchless jumps for Icola here. Obviously no problem.
Some runners are good.
Yes.
Yeah, I think What the Hell just took a different route in. Oh, no, sorry, I clicked the button. Just took a different route going through here. Because he picked up the near domain hint first.
Well, let's see though. What do we find? The chest itself is small.
Come on, Iron Boots!
And our song is... The Song of Time.
Now.
Called it!
Well, here comes magic on the river chest, which we've had hinted earlier, which we know is Song of Time locked. There's also, I mean, if we look at all the different potentials, it could be GTG key logic. I mean, we'll have to wait and see for that.
Yeah, but that puts us Iron Boots away from that from that magic meter being in logic. Which, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty crummy location for your first magic.
Yeah, just imagine if that was not hinted. I mean, you've got the Song of Time, so you're kind of thinking about way the hero, but if that was not directly hinted...
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, required water, but... You know.
Let's put it this way, I wouldn't love it.
Yeah. Icola decided to go up the mountain next. I wonder, like, skipping DC, maybe there was something on top of DC, and therefore he's doing that first, or if he's just going to go on City.
Or he's seeing if this wall is worth a bomb chew. Potentially, at least.
Still no shield, because didn't pick up the mirror shield in the Valley Waterfall.
Speaking of Iron Boots, what in the world is this seed?
I was kind of right. I mean, it was just the next check. No,
I'm gonna give you that.
I was completely wrong. Don't give me that. Okay, so now we can get magic. Wow, that was a big yeet off the Goron then.
Well, we have magic potentially. Do we want that? I don't think we want that.
Magic.
Well,
Dins,
we do want that for Shadow Temple. We are hover boots away from being able to get into
the deep part of Spirit
into Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
Here's what the hell's checking icy waters. I cannot see what that is. He seems to have gotten the information though.
Yeah, we'll wait and see if Icola goes back to pick up the fountain thing.
And that's Vanilla Bolero.
Wow, Mr. Mario was... People are confirming that it is a piece of heart, so... Cool. Okay,
Yeah, only what the hell's got the fire wave the hero hint actually. As chat just points out. Icola only got the hint in front of the fairy fountain in Zora's fountain.
Not the warp out of ice then?
I think.
Must have done.
And that is bigger on sword.
I was about to say, if Icola found a bow then, that would be spicy.
It would be a bailout, but still, Mirror Shield, there's only one of those. And that's sitting in the waterfall in Gerudo Valley.
This is fun. Icola is really using up these chews, not thinking about scumming them or anything like that. He's just going to plow through them. But both deciding to kind of, it looks like what the hell is going to head up the mountain as well. Wonder whether he'll go into DC or not. Have to wait and see. I mean, it would make sense also for what the hell to be heading towards the Fire Temple, knowing that it's Way of the Hero. Oh, it's a wallet on top of that. Okay.
Ah, well. Where did what the hell's get a second? No, wait. I was confused.
So, what the hell just went in and out of DC? Either he thought it was Dungeon ER randomly, or maybe he's doing some form of scumming to get back into... He didn't save, though.
I'm not sure.
Somebody bigger brain than me can decipher that.
There's what the hell's spending a chew on not quite getting that sword slash right.
Yeah, they're
and that
both
is
now down one chew because of a missed slice. Was this a bomb bag or a wallet? It's a wallet.
It's a wallet.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Decided wasn't going to jump down. I think Icola's got a Goron tunic as well, so the need for the wallet probably wasn't worth the 30 seconds to go and collect it or whatever it takes.
Yep. Alright, this is Sacred Forest Meadow for Icola. And with that, I think the a 1 in 3 chance to find our item song. At this point. Still missing Minuet and Storms, as well as 1 item.
Storms gives us strength, which would actually open up the whole of the Forest Temple for what the hell's.
And there's Minuet. Okay.
It's not.
I guess we're headed into Forest Temple. Minuet on Minuet.
That would have been an okay kind of song to pick up if you did gamble this early, because at least you know that you can... That's the only place you're going to find that.
Yeah. As Chat points out, in so many words, this means that we logically need the Saria song of a Burning Kakariko to reach Sacred Forest Meadow, or to reach the Forest Temple as an adult. So it's not that likely that we find items or early game items in here, because to be here, you will need to beat Jabu, you will need to beat Spirit, and you will... well, that's it. Jabu and Spirit Temple. That,
Okay.
I mean, further confirms our Rudo's letter as a way of the hero item for that alone.
That is fun and games, that is. I'm so happy that chat was here to pick up on that.
So...
Oh, Bolero is on Bolero as well. This is nice. There was a key here.
What the hell's... We are seeing some more divergence between our runners now. What the hell's is headed into Way of the Hero Fire? Which he knows, but Icola doesn't.
It's kind of strange that Icola decided not to... I always find it a bit of a weird thing to try and... Which way do you route in getting the hints? Like, do you get the close hint and then loop back round to the back and do the fountain that way? I don't know if it was just like a tactical gamble to do that, or just kind of a mishap in the routing.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably more just warping out of Ice Cavern and just gambling that that hint is a duplicate. What the hell's finding a key, a small key, right next to Volvagia's chamber, so that means we are not key-locked straight away.
So we either find an item or a key, or we could find a different combination to different things here. Two keys would be spicy, because that would allow us to climb.
That would certainly be rude.
And we do have a logical floor on Tunic and Sphere Zero in the river.
And one more key in the big lava room open chest.
Yeah, so another key would be leading to climbing further. Which could be funny because maybe just the item and the BK are just chilling in the loop.
As far as we know, this check is out of logic though. So logically, at the moment, we are not supposed to be here.
Yeah, we still don't have a bomb bag logically.
And it is a small key though, so we can climb. Oh boy, this is getting spicy.
I mean, am I the only one that's not surprised that we picked up all the keys? Like,
no.
It's just, it felt like the game was going to do this to us.
Yeah. Make your way into Fire Temple, have fun. Do a little bombless, hover bootsless, hammerless Fire Temple. See how far you get.
Kind of funny because now that we know that the Saria song is Way of the Hero to get to Forest Temple for us to win, it does mean that Mirror Shield in Valley is logically required, so you may be picking up a Valley Way of the Hero later, which will be fun for kind of deciphering if the bow is pointed to the bow or not. Here's the Kasin jump. Masterfully done.
Masterfully done indeed. And Kasinja in chat to celebrate it.
Also, can't wait for for another Way of the Hero that points to the boomerang. So that would be fun to look forward to.
What? Stealing setups, Mr. Mario? You have to make your own. Stealing's not allowed. Alright.
Ring, no key. Oh!
Big chest, though.
Not floor ring.
So we have one more chance to find a key to be able to climb further, and if the game wants us to climb any further, this the bowlock chest then also needs to be a key.
Yeah, we're kind of running risk of not finding enough keys now, which would be kind of painful to climb all the way up here. This is a small key.
Well, I mean, logically the bowlock chest has to be some kind of key. Either it's a boss key or a small key. So let's see. Meanwhile, Icola is headed into the Gerudo area.
Yeah, lots. Where do we get opponents? We got opponents on the Sarius check, so this is logically accessible at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And fairly doable. Small key, we get to keep climbing. Yay!
Really one of the nice things with this setting of having free Scarecrow, so you don't need to go to Lake Hylia twice to activate the Scarecrow, so now we've got quite a lot of the Fire Temple accessible to us. Icola heading into GTG with 0 bomb shoes, 0 bow, 0 strengths.
Much more doable for what the hells, though. Ideally you would want a strength upgrade at least, in the hopes you find another one within GTG.
Yeah. Let's keep an eye on... Oh, big chest on Icola's side. He'll get this first, so let's have a look.
That's double defense.
I was going to say, that could be the bomb bag. That could be fun. Let's see what this is.
I mean, this could be the bomb bag.
Agony?
Actually, no, this at least it can't be a logical first bomb bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Called that. Wafo called the hammer. That's amazing.
What the heck? Okay, that is
so funny.
So this is Way of the Hero Fire to note, and I mean, hammer for beating Volvagia? I mean, sure. That fulfills it.
What makes it great as well is that I forget who I was talking to the other day, and I said I don't think I've ever seen a hammer in Deep Fire, and lo and behold, it is the hammer. There we go. I've now seen it. It's in mid Deep Fire, whatever.
On top of the maze and fire.
Yeah, deep enough for me. That's what she said.
Okay, so some delicious, delicious French vanilla in this seed. That is skull number 9 for What the Hells, who is opting to go to 10 skulls.
Yeah.
Again, it's not too difficult to pick up 10 skulls here.
It's so just like you just walk past 10 skulls pretty quickly, so it's pretty nice. I do kind of, they made the decision for SGL to only have 30 skulls on because of the speed, and it's quite nice. It's it's definitely completed its objective. So.
Mm-hmm. Another small key for Icola? No, it's actually a junk item. So a grand total of 1 keys we found so far. That's number 2 on the right side of the maze. That makes it Song of Time locked, the whole thing. But given that we do have Song of Time...
Yeah, now we have the hammer to do the hammer loop. So if you find... Wait, hold on. If you find a key here in the loop and not the boss key, you have to climb to mid-fire to pick up the hammer, leave to pick up a small key, to go back to the top of fire to pick up the boss key.
Don't curse our runners like that. That would be awful. Let's make it happen.
Wow, that would be like And what the hell has the iron boots, right? Like, could have
Both of them do.
Could have potentially got the magic before coming in. Like, what? That's kind of a weird thing
and that
to
was
have done.
Icola has set up for toilet here. So are we seeing a dip into the swirly waters? Yes, we are.
Let's see what's on what the hell's aside here. This is a small key.
Uh-oh. That's when you start sweating, because I don't think what the hell's peaked what's on the boss key check. It is the boss key. Oh.
Hello.
Thank heck.
I wonder, kind of... I know we picked up the hammer. And, like, we need to do Fire Temple for the Spirit Medallion. Yeah. But what if there's something else at the top of the Fire Temple?
That is a possibility that our runners are gonna have to live with for the rest of the seed, because I do not believe either of them will go back in after beating Volvagia.
That was so funny. That we could be here out.
So, logically, you would need hover boots to be here. To note. Actually, no. That small key gives us enough access to hammer down the pillar.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends. So we found nothing in GTG.
So far, except for a few small keys.
I haven't really peeked in the maze to see what's spawning, so... Icola seems eager to go in, so there's one here and there's one further back.
And that's a strength upgrade. Hello! We'll take that one.
Nice.
And the one further back is also in reach.
You know what would be great here? A pack of chews for Icola, because he can't peek the chest in Valley yet.
Or he could get the other wallet.
He could buy some shoes now from the Wasteman. The Wasteland Man!
The Wasteman? I see.
I'm calling him the Wasteman Tower.
Alright, quick note, we are about to restart the stream to see if we can fix our tracker issues. So there's gonna be a brief interruption, folks.
Wait, what happens to me? Do I die? Am I alive? Am I
we'll
just a
see.
figment of your imagination?
Well, you know, when your nightmares get creative, what do they tell you? Please don't wake up, I don't want to die.
I definitely had a dream about Ocarina of Time last night. I'm just trying to remember what it was. But it's not good. Panic? We're panicking? I don't do panic well.
Nah. We're just gonna...
Oh, we died.